Alright, now this is the video we've all been waiting for. I mean, if you've been following along, I assume maybe it was because you were interested in seeing what the final outcome was. And if this video just came up on your feed for whatever reason and the algorithm's like, watch this, then I'm very sorry. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and walk over our submission of Brackeys Game Jam 2025.1, which is Fate of the Dice. Now, I can't really say I'm like an enormous fan of the name. Maybe we could have come up with something a little more clever, but we really thought about the name within the last 30 minutes before submitting. Turns out we hadn't stopped to think about what the name should be, so I mean, it is what it is. For this submission, we did include 5 thumbnails here, and it's basically the arena, the vendor area, and a couple of buffs and debuffs. And yeah, but let's take a quick look at the game very quickly. Well, I said quickly many times. Fast. Just kidding. Alright, so anyway, this is the game page, and we do give a little bit of a summary in order to help build the world and do some storytelling. And it is: you are a prisoner fighting for your freedom in a gladiator arena. The cruel ruler demands blood and violence to please the masses. Unsure of how your fate will play out, you meet a mysterious stranger that offers to play a game. Roll the dice and test your fate. They promise you up to 3 items that can either help you or hurt you. You consider the odds, and after all, you've always been a bit of a gambler anyway. Surely nothing can go wrong. We also include a pro tip to try to roll for the parrot, and we'll see why in a moment. As far as how to play, we had to list it out here because we didn't have enough time to include like in-game hints or tutorials. So the person that was the 4th team member that dropped out, their tasks assigned were actually the UI and the dialogue. So all the rest of the team focused on their tasks, and unfortunately that was missed. Now we do have some instructions on, the game controls that you should gamble your fate or go straight into the fight, block, dodge, and attack. And of course a little bit of listing out the team members, and one sound effect that we did not make, which was the dice sound. So let's go ahead and play this. Enough talking. Let's see what it's like. Okay, it's loading up, and it's loading up pretty quickly, so that's good. Now, not sure if you can hear it, but we have a very faint song for the start menu. I probably would have imagined that we had instead some type of like fanfare or trumpets, or something that kind of gives you like that gladiator feel. But this works, although it does kind of remind me more of like a 1980s like superhero walking into like a battle or a fight or something. Definitely not gladiator vibes, but what do I know? Okay, so let's go ahead and start the game. And this is our vendor area. Unfortunately, we do not have any music for this. Would have been nice to have. And thinking about it now that we've submitted this and completed it, I guess it is a little odd that you're the prisoner, right? And you find this vendor in the hole in the wall, literally, in a cave within the prison cell. And he happens to have a table with items too. I don't know. It doesn't have to make sense. It's a game. It's a game jam game. It's fine. So we'll gamble the game. There we go. And it looks like we got food poisoning. And try to roll for that parrot. We received the parrot. And we might try to roll a 3rd time. Unfortunately, we don't have like a counter on here that lets us know how many rolls we have. But you do have the possibility of losing an item, and I don't want to lose the parrot, so we're not going to roll that 3rd time. We're just going to go ahead and move in. So now you see you have the parrot on the shoulder, and since the character here, the enemy, has food poisoning, it looks like he's slowly losing health. And he should be attacking us. Oh, there we go. We won. And and we didn't have to do too much. But let's go ahead and see what else we can do. So we have food poisoning, big shield, Herculean strength, and the Excalibur sword. So all of these are actually buffs. I don't really think we were able to program any debuffs now that I think about it. We got the strength, we got the big shield, and we got strength again. Now, does it stack? I'm not sure. We're about to find out. Yep, that was a one-hit kill. So yeah, pretty much that's the game. That's as far as we got, but it's pretty cool because we do have things, right, that are working for the most part. And yeah, so let me know what you thought about this. Is there something you would have done differently? Is there something that you really liked about it? Something that you absolutely hated? Let me know. Let me know. Matter of fact, before we go, I want to show you how we kind of structured this project, and at the very least show GitHub projects, which is where we tracked our tasks. So this here is the GitHub project section, which is essentially like a Kanban board, and we were able to list out everything that we wanted to do. This was our initial kickoff meeting, and anything that we were ready to work on would go into this column. Everything we were actively working on was in this column. When we needed a code review or somebody to look at something, and when we completed things, it went into this column. So you might be saying now, well, there's 11 in backlog, 9 here, 3 in review, and 23 done. Like, the game jam's over. Why isn't everything moved to done? Well, as you can see, we got to a point where we realized, oh shoot, we only have a few hours to submit, and there's still a ton of work to do. Let's skip updating these cards and just get the work done. I guess it's the classic time crunch issue, right? But it still helped us because throughout the first few days, this is what we were using to track all the work, and it really did help. So if you're ever curious on how to manage a project, or if you want to not move into Trello or Jira or all those other applications, it can be done just in GitHub projects. You tie it to your repo, and you're able to track all the work there. So yeah, neat little thing I wanted to share. But that's it. Thank you so much for following along with this journey that I had over the technically 6 days for the game jam. And leave any comments, feedback, suggestions down below. If you loved it, thumbs up would be cool. If you hated it, thumb it down. I don't get butthurt. It's fine. But yeah, let me know what you thought. I want to hear about it. And with that, goodbye.